Today we bring together a panel of our nation's housing experts to delve into housing challenges in purchase markets across the country. Namely, we have asked our witnesses the question, who is buying housing today and how are they paying for it? These may seem like simple questions, but underlying them are more complicated factors that have been driving unaffordability for millions of American families. Let's break this down. The 30-year fixed mortgage has increased over 100%, double since 2020, doubling the average monthly payment. That alone is twice the amount of pain for everyone wanting to buy a home. But wait, there's more. Because of the lack of housing inventory, the median home price has gone up too, by 27% just since 2020. How many of us have engaged in America's new pastime of looking up homes for sale on an app like Zillow or similar? You won't find nearly as many homes available as you did just a couple of years ago, and some have shockingly high price tags. These high prices are great for the current owners, but they're difficult for anyone looking to move anytime in the near future, as their equity is now worth more. There is extremely disheartening for anyone who's in the market for a new home, including repeat and first-time home buyers. Many families are putting their dream of owning a home back on the shelf, needing to save more for that down payment, and finding it harder to do so because everything else is expensive too. The cost of groceries, the cost of gas, cost of health care, cost of a family vacation, you name it, you are probably paying much more to live in the United States than you were in 2020. Inflation is a tax paid by everyone, and it's unfortunately part of a vicious circle that puts even more pressure on the housing market as interest rates go up and stay up, construction costs go up and stay up, and frankly, insurance costs for the home go up and stay up. Many would say that we are living in a, quote, new normal, where higher costs are here to stay. If so, this could have serious implications for economic mobility and prosperity. Owning a home should not be only for the well-off. It is the hallmark of a thriving middle class and an essential part of the American dream. I think all of us on both sides of the aisle will agree that the shrinking pool of eligible homeowners is a cause for concern. The solution is not simply to increase federal spending on housing, however, which will only drive inflation and increase demand for housing, adding more price pressure. Our economists here today know very well that inflation is what has gotten us into this mess in the first place. I also have a hard time agreeing that more government interference in single-family housing is the answer, when over 80% of the market is federally backed and the Federal Reserve holds a shocking $2.4 trillion in mortgage-backed securities. President Biden recently called for a new tax credit of $5,000 a year for 2 years for first-time home buyers and $10,000 for some who agree to sell their homes, among other costly proposals. These ideas are not enough to counter the high cost for home buyers, and they're too much for taxpayers who would be forced to subsidize another $260 billion in new spending on federal housing programs. That makes me think that they're not really serious proposals. With the demand for housing that we see today and the lack of inventory, the answer is not to increase demand further with artificial stimulus. It is to work together to increase the supply. That will take the will of policymakers at all levels of government, as well as the private sector responding to market forces. I hope today's hearing will provide a forum to discuss credible solutions to our housing challenges, as well as what is driving them. So I look forward to all of our testimony from our witnesses, and I would just share a story. Recently in Ohio, Western Ohio, we had a mobile home park with about 1,700 homes in it. The average rent was less than $1,000 a month, some as low as $500 a month. And there's no ready supply where these people are going to find homes that are in that affordability range. So when you have a massive increase in demand, especially in a localized area, you can't immediately respond to the supply. We have challenges like that all over our country, and I look forward to the discussion. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.